Welcome to Daily Variety, your daily dose of news and analysis for entertainment industry insiders. It's Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. I'm your host, Cynthia Littleton. I am co-editor-in-chief of Variety alongside Ramin Satuda. I'm in LA, he's in New York, and Variety has reporters around the world covering the business of entertainment. In today's episode, we'll hear from Variety's Michael Schneider, who checks in with Justin Halpern. Halpern is an experienced writer and showrunner who is an executive producer on Abbott Elementary. Halpern is about to realize a long-time goal with the publication of his first novel next month. He talks candidly to Schneider about what it takes to adjust to different rhythms after many years as a TV writer. But before we get to that, here are a few headlines just in this morning that you need to know. Welcome to the club. Jacob Elordi, Teyana Taylor, Jenna Ortega, and Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro have been invited to become members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. If every one of those people says yes, Academy membership will rise to just over 11,300, and the voting membership will be just over 10,300. Assuming the addition of the 2026 new member class, the Academy will be comprised of 36% female members, 25% coming from underrepresented communities in Hollywood, and 22% of members come from outside of the U.S. Dutton Ranch, the Yellowstone spinoff that debuted on Paramount Plus in May, has been renewed for Season 2. That's not a surprise, but even Taylor Sheridan is always encouraged to see it written down on paper. Season 1 will have its finale on July 3rd. The series that stars Cole Hauser and Kelly Riley delivered Paramount Plus's best-ever opening numbers. Sony Pictures Entertainment has invested $100 million in Cosm, the immersive reality sports and entertainment venue that has become extremely popular among many LA sports fans. The company now has 3 venues, including one in Inglewood, Dallas, and Atlanta, and 2 more are planned to open soon for Detroit and Cleveland. In today's Cannes Lions update, I'm happy to report that the evening events here have been really top-notch. UTA's party at the ultra-swanky Hotel du Cap was a little less crowded this year by design. It made it easier to have conversations on that beautiful deck overlooking the shores of Antibes. Ludacris was this year's star performer. He certainly seemed to be enjoying himself as he ran through his hit songbook in the storybook woodsy environment. Back in Cannes proper off the Croisette, Amazon and Spotify have been hosting big musical names to dazzle the crowds. At a more intimate event on Wednesday night, Alan Cumming had the crowd dancing during his long DJ set at NBC Universal's installation that is right off the Croisette. NBC late-night stars Seth Meyers and Colin Jost joined in the fun briefly as they came in to wave hello to global marketers and advertisers. Hey, we are all out here just trying to make a living. All of the stories just mentioned and so much more can be found at Variety.com right now. And now it's time for conversations with industry leaders about news and trends in show business. I'm handing the microphone to my great colleague Michael Schneider, who spoke with Abbott Elementary executive producer Justin Halpern about his experience in writing his novel Get Lost.
Thanks, Cynthia. Yes, indeed. I am with one of the busiest men in showbiz right here, Justin Halpern. Justin, how do you find time to write a book on top of having multiple television programs at the same time?
I started writing the book during the WGA strike. So, because I wasn't going to write anything in TV or movies. And so I was walking the strike line every single day. And I kind of got the idea for it. And over the many, many hours we were on strike, I would think about it and then I'd go home and write it. So I wrote about a third or maybe even half of it during the strike. And then it took me about 2.5 years to finish the rest of it.
Because then suddenly you had shows to do again.
We basically went into 35 straight episodes of Abbott right after that.
Yeah, which I should remind everyone that you still do 22 episodes a season of Abbott Elementary on top of the shows you're developing and producing. So it is a busy journey. But let's talk about the book, first of all. Give me a little synopsis.
So the book's about this woman in her early 30s. She's estranged from her father, who's kind of this like avuncular, everyone charismatic guy who's actually kind of a piece of shit. He was a terrible dad. And she gets a call at the start of the book that her mom's gone missing. And she's like, my mom goes missing a lot. She's got mental health issues. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. She always comes back. And they say, well, this time it's a little different because the cops think that your dad killed her. So she goes back to her small town in Central California and with her dad tries to figure out what happened to her mom and where she is.
And the book is called Get Lost.
Yeah. And it's called Get Lost. And it's a father-daughter story with like a mystery wrapped into it. And it's funny, but it's very, I think, like serious at times and heartfelt, but it hopefully is a fun beach read. You have fun reading it.
Yeah, and is this something that you could see potentially turned into a TV program?
I think it would be more of a movie. It's a contained story. And also because my partner and I write TV and movies, it's very much paced and broken like a movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't, it is very much that sort of structure.
Well, this is different from your first few books, which have been much more sort of personal, based on your own life and your family as well. Of course, Shit My Dad Says, and then I Suck at Girls, both of which have been developed into TV projects. And of course, I Suck at Girl is now being redeveloped over at Netflix. How's it going?
It is going, knock on wood, because I'm sure the shit will hit the fan at some point. But right now it's going great. It's been an incredible experience. This is our first show ever at Netflix, my partner and I, developing a show at Netflix. And it has been honestly, like, genuinely one of the best experiences we've ever had. And it's been so much fun. And I think it's going to be a loud show. We've just had a ton of fun making it.
A loud show, you mean sort of hard funny?
Yes, it's very R-rated, hard funny, but it's set in a high school world. And it also has, like, I think Patrick and I, my partner Patrick Schumacher and I, like to write hard funny stuff that has, at the end of the day, like a lot of emotional components to it. So I hope it kind of rides those two lines.
And this is your second time developing it, so
that's right. I have no new ideas. only rehashing stuff I've already done.
Well, you like dealing with your childhood trauma, right?
We all
go back and remember the days when you sucked at girls. But
that's right.
Does it bring back some of those, mining those memories, and then also kind of doing it a little differently this time than how you developed it last time?
Yeah, it very much is. One of the fun things about this show is we brought in a bunch of teenagers from all walks of teenage life to come in and kind of talk to us. And we asked them a bunch of questions, and we kind of really wanted to get a sense of like what it's like to be a teenager now. And then also we started this writer's room with everyone just kind of talking about all of their stories from high school and teenage years where they just absolutely ate shit. And, emotional things they went through, serious things, funny things. And we kind of, from that, builds the stew that we make the show with. It's been really fun. I think its ability to do an R-rated version of this. It's always kind of weird to me to watch teenage shows that aren't R-rated because, as all of us either have teenagers or have been teenagers, it is a pretty, at least language-wise, a pretty R-rated existence, and sometimes even more so.
And that's something, when you originally developed it at broadcast, you couldn't do, but now you can.
No, standards and practices put an end to that.
And it's still hard to have the kids on Abbott swearing, although you were able to do that crossover with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and get the teachers swearing a little bit.
Yeah, Janine used the C word.
Yes, which is still shocking to me after all this time. Oh, speaking of Abbott, how are things going as we head into a new season?
Really, really good. I mean, the writing staff on that show is fantastic. We've had almost the same writing staff for so many years, and they all know how to write the show so well. And Quinta, just like, the thing I love so much about working with her is there's no cruise control with Quinta. Like, she only wants to do it if it's something she feels really excited about. And I think that really keeps the show from getting stale and feeling like it still has an energy to it because she's got such an energy to making it. So it's going really well. I'm excited for people to see this season. I think it's like, in a fun way, the stuff that she's been talking to me about feels like kind of a little bit of a throwback in a really good way So I'm excited for it.
You tore Janine and Gregory apart, but those kids are working things out. So
They'll be fine.
We're happy. Our favorite couple's goals, because
Yeah, that's right.
Gregory kind of sucks at girls, sort of it all.
He does. He does. And we had to do a lot of work to make someone as handsome as Tyler seem like they sucked at girls.
But you did a good job.
We did.
Any news on Harley Quinn and the future of that series?
Right now, it's a little up in the air. We may have some news, hopefully. Obviously, there's been some corporate consolidation at my company, Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So
more to come, apparently.
I'm sure more to come. I mean, I've been at Warner Brothers Patrick and I have been at Warner Brothers on a deal here for 12 years, and this is the fourth time Warner's has been bought in the 12 years we've been here. So definitely, I think some things have to shake out. Some new normal has to exist before we can totally know what's going to happen with Harley. But we are cautiously optimistic.
All right. Well, fingers crossed. And in the meantime, where fine books are sold, I assume we could pick up a copy of Get Lost very soon. What else do you want people to know?
Yeah, it comes out July 7th. I wanted to write a book that you could read on a single flight, that you could read on a beach. That would be really fun, hit you with a little bit more emotion than you were thinking about, but actually make you laugh when you're reading the book. Because I think that a lot of times, I think that's what I can bring to a novel that might feel a little fresh and a little different is hopefully some laugh out loud moments. But I think, it's really a character piece. It's about a father and a daughter, and how can you sort of move past having a parent who has let you down at every step of the way. And I think there's a fun little mystery wrapped up into it. And if you've ever been to the Inland Valley in Central California, you're really going to appreciate this book.
It's driving up the 5, driving up the 99.
That's right. Driving up the 5, all those almond orchards. This book takes place right in there.
What was that like for you, by the way, to write solo? Since you're used to writing with a partner, writing with writing staffs. What's it like to be solitary in writing something?
It's a different muscle. Like all of the self-doubt that I have while I'm writing, there's no one to reassure me of anything. So that part's scary. I still like collaborating more. I still enjoy writing with my writing partner and writing with a writer's room more than I enjoy writing by myself. But it was a fun exercise, and I had a lot of fun just having to work through these problems. And then I would also bounce things off of friends and stuff because I'm codependent. I can't exist alone.
Exactly. You're a human being after all.
That's right.
Well, definitely check out Get Lost in bookstores on the 7th of July. And also stay tuned for another season of Abbott Elementary. And hopefully we'll be seeing I Suck at Girls on our television screens very soon. Justin, always a delight. Always a pleasure seeing you. And your partner as well. Give him my best, and give everyone on Abbott my best too.
Thank you. Always good to see you, Michael. I'm sure I'll see you down at Comic-Con.
As we close out today's episode, here's a few things we're watching for. The great blues artist Buddy Guy is turning 90, and some of his famous friends and fellow guitarists are going to help him celebrate. Guy's 90th birthday concert will be held at Radio City Music Hall on October 1st, and it will include a true who's who of guitarists and musicians, including Eric Clapton, John Mayer, Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks, John Batiste, Aloe Black, Joe Bonamassa, Gary Clark Jr., Shamika Copeland, Robert Cray, Samantha Fish, Eric Gales, Billy Gibbons, Bobby Rush, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Jimmy Vaughn, Willie Weeks, and Kim Wilson. Undoubtedly, a TV special cannot be far behind. Speaking of Alan Cumming, a slightly new spin on the Traitors franchise is coming to NBC. The Traitors New Blood will help lead off NBC's new season on September 17th. Cumming will be back as host in all of his quirky glory. We love to hear from our listeners, so please send thoughts, gripes, and other feedback about Daily Variety to podcasts@variety.com. Before we go, congrats to Mia Amer. The PR and communications veteran has joined Noah Hawley's 26 Keys banner as Executive VP of Marketing and Public Relations. Amer is a studio veteran who most recently worked for Sunshine Sachs Morgan Lilas. She's also worked for Paramount Pictures, Paradigm Talent Agency, and Sony Pictures. Thanks for listening. This episode was written and reported by me, Cynthia Littleton, with contributions from Michael Schneider. Sticks, nicks, hick picks. Please leave us a review at the podcast platform of your choice, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another episode of Daily Variety.